I am 85 years old and have studied pipelines for 58 years, specialising in corrosion control for over 50 years, with experience in 8 countries and ongoing collaboration with corrosion engineers and scientists in over 80 countries through my website. The link is below. I have produced a report relating to submarine pipeline failures that is based purely on data and information in the public domain in order to present scientific evidence without political or media bias. The Nord Stream pipelines were not damaged by seabed explosion, but by error or maybe intent. Please read my report in order to understand this view. The link will be shown. There is another pipeline from Norway to Poland that crosses Nord Stream pipelines and was commissioned sometime before the Russian special military operation started in Ukraine, but after Western Ukraine started shelling and bombing eastern Ukraine that had declared independence. Before the Nord Stream pipeline failed, President Biden and his spokeswoman both said, "We have ways of stopping the Nord Stream pipeline." They did not specify how. It is unlikely that either of these two have scientific or technical knowledge of accelerated corrosion, as the US-based National Association of Corrosion Engineers does not understand accelerated corrosion or how it can be used to cause pipeline leaks. It is likely that they thought these pipelines could be blown up by placing explosives in the sea on top of the pipeline. But the pipelines did not fail immediately after these statements, and it is likely that attempts were made to blow them up, but failed for the reasons detailed in my report. Meanwhile, the pipeline from Norway to Poland was probably subject to impressed current cathodic protection, and this would draw electrical charges from the sea. This would lower the electrical potential of the sea in that area to below the electrical potential of the bracelet anodes on the Nord Stream pipelines. This would dissolve the anodes and start dissolving the pipeline steel and causing the weakness that allowed the explosion of the pressurized gas in the pipeline. When a pipeline is shut down for a period, it is good practice to lower the pressure of the product inside and send a pipeline internal gauge, a PIG, down the line to gauge the wall thickness and remove any debris at sag bends. PIGs are moved by pressure from behind or reduced pressure in front. We know the planned working pressure and volume of the gas in the pipeline, but we do not know if a PIG was launched. If a PIG gets stuck at a weld, for example, the practice is to increase the pressure to dislodge it. So this, in this case, would be from the Russian end, increased pressure to push the PIG past the obstruction. Such overpressure would burst the pipeline from inside in the same way as I witnessed during tests by British Gas as noted in my report. The resulting release of gas would be greater than an explosive chemical and register on earthquake monitors. In support of this suggestion is the timing of all the political events does not fit with the actual explosion or the political agenda. It is possible to cause pipeline failures using stray current maliciously if you understand the science of corrosion control through cathodic protection. This can be achieved in a variety of ways by divers from a fairly small vessel and a small but expert crew. The mysterious diver's boot that was found on the seabed suggests that this was a distraction left to confuse the issue. My investigation changes the blame game that is going on at present, as it could have been the Ukrainians, the Russians, the Poles, the Norwegians, or any other parties who actually caused the failure either accidentally or on purpose. But whoever was responsible, it was definitely not the United States politicians and their agents, and it is unlikely to have been the UK, because both of these countries are under the influence of NACE, the National Association of Corrosion Engineers, that do not understand stray current interference corrosion. In my experiment, I have set it up so that there is a small aluminium capsule in connection with the pipe, which is underwater, and I am inducing stray current from a cathodic protection system, and this is ongoing, and the bubbles that you see are from the hydrogen released from the crystalline structure of the steel and of the pipeline itself, which is either side of the capsule. The stray current was set up to cause the capsule to burst. As you will see in a minute, there will be the capsule bursting, and that is the aluminium which has been dissolved by the stray current that I induced. These bubbles are from the hydrogen, and then you will see the capsule bursting. Wait for it. These bubbles are the corrosion process. But you will see very clearly when the aluminium pressurized capsule fails. We've gone past it. Started it too late. You have to go back now. Move this right back. I can cut this out and start again.